second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 10. Verse 3 through 5, though we walk in the flesh, it's true, we walk in the flesh. We do not wage war according to the flesh. We walk in the flesh, but we don't wage war according to the flesh, because she is what? Deceitful. She is deceitful. So then you cannot let yourself be led by what your mind is telling you. You have to. Those thoughts that come, tell them to pay a toll. You know, when you're going to pass through a toll, you have to put a coin in there to drive through. So when you get those thoughts, report yourself. What are you coming for? Well, I'm going to bring you a concern. You're going to lose your job. Or I'm going to tell you that, it brings bad news. Or it tells you things. It lies. It is deceitful. It's a liar. It's like a serpent. That's why to Satan, they treat him as the ancient serpent, because though he's been destroyed, he's left in your body, in your blood. He's left his life. So that's why Paul, when he speaks of the devil, he speaks with a lowercase d, not with a capitalized D, because it isn't a person. It's a gender you have in your body. So then you walk in the flesh. We all walk in the flesh, but we don't militate according to the flesh, because knowledge, look at what it tells us. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. It is to say, the weapons which you fight with, it's not with fasting or sacrifices or going up a steps on your knees or putting stones in your shoes or spikes around the belt on your waist or dress up with a sack. You know those people that practice habits? Your weapons are not from the flesh, but they're mighty in God, it says there. Mighty in God for what? The pulling down of strongholds. You're not going to think, in Puerto Rico they have what they call the morro, which is a fortress that the Spaniards built of stones, very thick. So when the boats shot the cannons, those cannonballs would not penetrate the fortress. You see them in Cuba, in Cartagena, Colombia. Many places they have fortresses. So the apostle is bringing an example that your weapons are powerful and mighty in God. They come from knowledge. So then, when the argument rises and comes against you, I don't know what comes against you. I know what comes against me, and when it comes, I say, no, a moment. Hey, I live for today, and tomorrow we'll deal with tomorrow. No, but the doctor has said. I don't care what the doctor has said. That stronghold, we're going to deal with it. It is a stronghold that comes against you. Look at what it says, but mighty in God for pulling down strongholds, casting down arguments. Where do those arguments come out of? From your deceitful desires, from your mind, those fiery darts that come against you of the evil one. The flesh is faithful for that. If you had been so faithful as the flesh is, you would inherit it quickly. It says, casting down arguments and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, bringing every thought into captivity to the obedience of Christ. Haughtiness, high thing against the knowledge of God. You say, I'm prosperous, and the flesh tells you, what prosperity? Look at your refrigerator, it's empty. You have bills, and then your confession drops. And your flesh says, I've accomplished my mission. He has no resistance. You cannot give up. If you are faithful to the word of God and sustain it, uphold it, I am prosperous, I am healed, I say it is so, I confess it before my angels. I am healed, I am rich, though I am weak. I am strong in thee. It is in him. So then that is an exercise that you have to utilize. It's simple, the mind and confession.